Is guacamole a fruit salad?
What is the best milkshake for bringing boys to the yard?
Ostriches are dinosaurs.
Don't piss off old people. New game.
What do you mean it gives you Arby's mouth?
Artisanal muck duck balls.
I think they call that autofellatio.
I want to high five a shark.
Welcome to Bar Banter. Relax, have a drink with us as we debate the most controversial topics in the world today.
On today's
Travis,
podcast,
providing all
we
the
talk
places that
about
we need to
what would be
do
the
for the
funniest
best places to
thing
drink.
to read on a
Do you think he has a Dead
2,000-year-old
Sea Scroll for us today?
Oh my god, I really hope so.
Like, if he doesn't drop
Who
out
played
a scroll,
the
Like,
best
open it up.
devil
Yes,
character. And
yes.
lastly, we determine
and then I really hope like he
The
changes
official-
his background for the best place.
best place to drink ranking.
If the background doesn't change, Drew.
Oh, I love you guys so much.
Every time I want bar, I want
And with
well,
that,
I don't want to spoil anything.
That's right.
Who, me?
Benjamin Trimmer, what are you drinking? He's back.
He's back,
Um,
everybody.
Well, I was just here like 2 weeks ago.
So,
I'm drinking a margarita with
Ooh.
a Captain Morgan topper.
floater? What's
Floater.
Okay. I was like, is there a
Floater.
difference?
Sorry, I've already had a couple, so
Uh.
it's the topper when you've had a few.
I'm about to take off your
Uh,
topper.
Hey.
Madison, Rick. What are you drinking?
Digitally enhanced. I am going back to my calorie efficient drinking with my Long Islands because spring break's right around the corner.
Why is that calorie efficient?
It may not be. In my
Okay.
mind, it's calorie efficient because I drink less, as opposed to like if it was a
More-
moon night, I'm gonna have like
That's
three
fair.
or four.
It is. It should be
More
less
alcohol
calories than.
content.
Less
for
wheat.
Thank you. That's it.
That's
Well,
okay. Less
not necessarily less
less
wheat, but
carbs
yes.
for sure.
definitely less carbs. I'm only gonna have two, and then I'm good to gozies. If I have three,
Good to
that's what I'm
gozies.
texting.
Good to
girl.
go.
Good to gozies.
Title.
That should
Right
be
off the bat.
that should be a
Good to go.
content.
Can I do an outtake? So the favorite thing I've ever said at a work meeting was I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but I was like, look, they didn't just go do this for funsies. And it absolutely killed. And it was great.
Rick, it makes me think of. Do you remember Patrice from How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Damn it,
what that makes me-
Patrice!
Damn it, Patrice! But it sounds like something she would say of like, we're just good to gozies.
Good to gozies.
Good to go.
Drew, while we've been chatting, what are you drinking?
I am also on my calorie efficient
Breaks right around the corner.
drink of choice. Yeah,
Gotta get ready.
with the tequila soda. Just
It's actually
didn't
this
have
week for me,
anything.
so I'm behind. But
Danny, what are you drinking?
water.
Is that a
Travis
dead
hates-
body? Is
Travis
that a dead
hates
body?
that.
Did you just show
Oh my
us a
God.
dead body?
You're drinking dead bodies?
And then he left us on the counter. Why are you unrolling a carpet? What's the box cutter for?
Oh my god, who is that? Danny, who did you kill? I actually I don't need to know. Do we need to hide the body? Oh my god, you killed your wife? You killed her?
Killed her dead.
She did.
Where are you guys?
Seattle.
Tell her to
Oh, same time zone.
I don't know if that's
they're
true. He said Seattle
I think
earlier.
they're still in Korea.
Oh,
We
yeah,
are in
that would-
Korea.
Oh,
We are in
yeah.
Korea.
What's it like? 7 a.m. there?
Yeah, it's like 10 a.m.
Tell
up
your
at-
wife she needs to
I-
call me.
I had a call at 6
Oh,
a.m.
there she is.
Ew, that's terrible.
I'm waking up at like 5 or 6.
Fuck you all.
I
the call.
legitimately Ben it panned over
You
to
all
Brittany
suck.
and you said ew. And it
That's
sounded like
bad
you were
timing.
reacting
That
to
was
her
really
being
bad
on
Oh, that
screen.
was so good.
And
You're
was
the
so
Brady
good.
set of all
died
these
inside.
fuckers.
It was the perfect timing.
Ew. Oh my god.
And she had her glasses on and everything. So we're making yourself
Oh,
conscious
fuck you.
now.
Glasses are awesome.
We know you didn't do it on purpose now, but at the time
Backpedaler.
it was perfect.
Or did he?
was good. Travis, what are you drinking since Danny's up at 10 a.m.?
I guess we're all drinking tequila tonight, boys, because I'm doing
Yay.
tequila and
Ew.
soda with it's a
Nice.
lemon lime soda, but yeah, it's a
Like Sprite.
no, like a soda water that's flavored lemon lime. We've been drinking this for about 2,000 years.
I fell asleep a little bit.
I think if we're as dedicated as I think we can be, I think this podcast will go on for 2,000 years.
Hmm.
Oh, we should put this podcast in scroll format, but like parchment.
Huh.
Just put the transcription on a papyrus scroll.
I was thinking like tablet.
It could
Yeah.
be tablet. We could do tablets.
I
I
want
have a
like
chisel.
Like Hammurabi's
Yeah,
code.
yeah. Eye
Like
for an
that.
eye.
Like on the side of an urn or a vase.
Yes, pottery for a weird elf to smash.
Pictograms.
Gentlemen, our first topic this evening. What would be the funniest? I know that's a little subjective, but what would be the funniest thing when they decode like the Dead Sea Scrolls, the 2,000-year-old scrolls, and they look at it and they finally crack the code and they read it? What would be the funniest thing that they end up reading?
Emojis.
Emojis.
If we thought it was just all this, just really philosophical doctrine,
We've come full circle.
all these words, like we thought it was just this really, like, I don't even know the words, but like full paragraphs of just philosophy and this really deep writings, and turns out it's just the poop emoji or something. And
Now,
and
you're not talking. It's like you're not saying it's a picture of the poop emoji, but it's
no,
like
right. When translated, it turns out that's what it.
Got it. Yes,
it's not a 1-for-1, but like
correct.
their version of emojis or slang, like thick. If
Right.
we're just like, oh, we thought it was like this grand thing, and it turns out it was like WTF, he be tripping.
So more like DMs.
Yes.
Okay.
If it was a
just
DMs
someone's
chat,
DMs. I like
Yes.
that.
I think that'd be hilarious. Because in my mind, when you say Dead Sea Scrolls or anything ancient, like it's very formal. It's
Right.
very,
Yes.
like the scribes for pharaohs and like the Caesars, it's very proper. That's the word I've been looking for, proper.
Mm.
But it turns out like it's just someone giving the middle finger to like, their bestie. I don't know.
No, I love that.
And they're good to gozies to bring it back.
They are good to gozies. I like that one a lot. I think it would be funny. I don't know if it would be funny to the people necessarily decoding it at the time, but for like the onlookers, like once the story breaks and all of a sudden we finally realize what this is, and it's just like a website with a recipe on it where it's like buried under a bunch of ads. And so like the first
you gotta scroll. You gotta literally
scroll
scroll
Through-
past all the.
yeah, and just like
Yeah,
there's
like,
little
fuck, God damn it! All these ads.
right, and you have to just and with like the ingredients is in one part in like the center, and like the actual instructions are at the bottom. And
How
then
do
the
I jump to
person's life
recipe?
story is at the top. I just like, to me,
What
that
are the
would be the
ingredients?
ultimate, like, this is full circle again. We're now at, just doing the same thing over and over again because life is a weird soup. So I'm going to go recipes.
You say weird soup?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's weird soup.
More
Soup.
so time, but
I know, but life too. I like to think life has more ingredients.
I like that, Travis, and I like that the first probably 7/8 of that scroll is this recipe was passed down in my family for generations.
Mhm.
I remember my grandmother having me make this with her in the kitchen, and like we picked the vegetables from the garden.
Our house used to
And just-
smell of rosemary.
Just everything about it is very innocuous and unnecessary to the actual, like,
yeah.
just give me the fucking ingredients,
And at the very
and
bottom,
the measurements.
at the very bottom is like reviews.
Yes.
And
It's like the 15-second YouTube commercial of the time.
yeah,
But the
they're-
reviews that's like 5 stars. I made this, but I switched out
Yeah.
X ingredients.
yes,
With X because I didn't have rosemary or I didn't have milk.
I didn't have
Uh,
lamb, so I used like flour or something stupid, mushrooms.
Right.
Mhm.
I
Like,
typically
no.
use this, but it was
Fair.
a salmon today. You know.
I would love to see that. I think that
Was
again,
making clam chowder,
Mm.
but I didn't have clam. I had bacon.
Is that the
instead,
red or the
so
white?
the person the person decoding it probably wouldn't find it funny and be like just very confused. But once the story break, I think globally it would be hilarious.
Yes. Reddit would have a field day.
Yes, indeed. Drew or Ben?
So I was thinking like technology, I was thinking like funny sexual things, but I went with history. I want to see the checklist, like the bouncer's checklist for Noah's Ark. So like this giant
Okay.
scroll of just standing there like kangaroo
Okay.
check,
Get in.
tigers check. Oh, fuck you, kangaroo. I've already got 2. Get the fuck out of here. Like I want to
Seats
see
taken.
the checklist.
2
Seats
males. Fuck.
taken.
I'm sorry, I don't see T-Rex on here.
You're extinct. Get the fuck out.
Sorry, no giant lizards.
Giant sloth.
We're not accepting dinosaurs at this time.
Right.
Oh, but ostriches are fine. That's whatever.
Yeah. Get a couple
Chickens,
extra.
perfect.
Definitely extra chickens.
I would also like to think that the original instructions for the arc were on there. Not just the checklist, but it's like the actual
Yeah.
like specifications, and then like in the margins, it's just Noah being like, "What the fuck is he talking about? Like, how am I supposed to build this?"
Can
Yeah.
you imagine the amount of shit and piss
God,
all of those animals?
that would be the rest
on
of the
the boat.
scrolls would just be his diary of just like, "Please God, get me off this boat."
the
Here's-
elephants. The
here's the
elephants
back-
shit so much.
the hyenas keep laughing at me.
The back pay you owe me.
What you got, Drew?
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna need you to go with me on this one.
Let's go on a journey.
It's a little bit long, but not like overly.
Here, I'm invested.
About 3 things I was absolutely positive. First, Edward was a vampire.
I hate everything right now.
Second, there was a part of him, and I didn't know how potent that part might be, that thirsted for my blood. And third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. And scene.
So Kristen Stewart, 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we think Twilight would be the only one? Because Rowling apparently wrote hers on the back of a napkin. But maybe
I think that I feel like vampires were a thing
you're right. But so were
back
wizards.
then. But to have somebody put that down in writing on a tablet or a scroll, and just like maybe in the margins of like, I've got this great idea for, a fiction book about me falling in love with a vampire.
That just teen drama rom-com stuff as that in general, as all of the Dead Sea Scrolls would be, that would be funny.
In a time where, people were struggling to survive.
Right. Their only escape, vampire love. Okay, before we move on, anyone have any honorable mentions? I thought it'd be funny just to, like, it was a Mad Lib.
Nah.
Also, a little bit of a self-troll here, and it was just like this big, like, ominous prediction thing, and it's just talking about the gods coming to smite the earth and all this other stuff, and at the very bottom it just says 28-3.
Uh,
And that would it's been long. I can make jokes now. It's been long enough.
it's funny. I had one backup. The instruction manual on how to use the wheel.
Okay, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Playing off that, I think it'd be funny if it was like how to segue in a podcast.
God damn it, you stole mine, Travis. One of my backups.
Sorry, it popped into my head. I was just going for it. Any
So tell me,
others?
if it was a list of devil characters, do you think that would be humorous?
Rick read the instruction
Made me
manual.
laugh.
I'm not laughing. All right, then we've got someone's DMs, recipes, Noah's checklist, and I'm gonna just say Twilight, which would be the funniest to read as the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'm just gonna say those because those are the ones I know off the top of my head. I'm sure there's lots of other ones. I do like the idea of someone's DMs, like just a record of like it almost kind of like diary but slang, but it's just like
Yes.
but it's in the same conversation type thing, but
Damn, Nebuchadnezzar thick AF. You know, like
Like passing back a giant slab and like
yes.
there's a happy face here, and then on the other side there's a frowny face, like just going back and
Right.
forth conversation on the
Yes.
slab. Yeah,
I like the idea of
that's pretty funny.
tablet DMs.
I love the
Scroll.
recipe part. I was thinking like first casserole or like shit like that. That would be pretty funny. And it takes like 20 slabs to give you one recipe.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be funny if it was just a recipe.
No,
Like
no,
that
no.
wouldn't
Yeah.
be funny.
The
Yeah, that's just
ingredients is the last slab. You have to get through all the other
Right.
fucking slabs. Yeah.
And if you don't remember where the scroll is, you have to like go back to the other scroll. Like, how much
Yeah.
did I need?
You can't skip ahead.
No, but you can go back once you've gotten through all of them. So which one's gonna be? Are those our final two? Drew, do you sticking with Twilight?
I mean, it didn't land as hard as
I like
felt
the
it should
idea.
have.
Danny's not listening, so
Danny
Honestly,
plays the
I would
oh, he is.
Ah,
I
scary.
personally would jump camp for the Noah's Ark checklist.
Ooh,
All right, so we've all jumped camp except Rick.
DMs would be hilarious.
DMs it is, okay.
okay.
We're going someone's DMs. Do you think DM stands for devil mail?
No.
Well,
No.
And on
Wow.
that note-
All right.
I'm on now.
Wow.
Devil may care.
That doesn't even
no,
work.
No,
Like,
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Devil message? I don't
even
know.
what Devil May Cry, maybe I don't know, but
But that's got a lot of other. That's got some hyphens.
Maybe it's just one hyphen.
Hey, real quick. You listening? Cool. Do me a favor. On your app, wherever you're listening to this podcast, there's a button to follow or subscribe or some sort of a notification type bell. Whatever you do, don't click them. Don't click those buttons. Don't do it. Or click it. Whatever it doesn't matter. Just fine. It's fine. Just click it. It's cool. Just do whatever you want. Preach.
Goals. Gentlemen, our next topic. Who played the best devil character? And I will say there are I don't want to it has to be probably I'm gonna say probably the devil. Like
No, it's got to be the devil because
When you say probably the devil,
I meant
I mixed a lot of demons. So
yeah, it can't be a clear demon. Like if like Hellboy is not the devil.
yeah, I nixed
Right.
on Perlman. So
Right.
it seems like an unnecessary statement. What do you mean?
No,
it's
I
like
just-
probably the devil.
I just meant like there are a couple of ones I looked at
Those
that it was like
Kind of
they were assumed to be the devil,
arbitrary.
but didn't
Can I
actually.
get an example?
I have to go back and look at. I didn't pick any of them.
All right. Okay.
So I
Good
was
point.
just like,
Seems unnecessary, but I got you.
yeah. Who played the best devil?
I mean, I had a few. One that stood out, kind of an older movie, but Al Pacino playing the devil in The Devil's Advocate.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking awesome movie. Keanu and Charlize Theron. It connected to a profession where a lot of people think is just an evil profession, which is obviously the study of law, which whatever. But
All lawyers are the devil.
yeah,
You
that's
heard it
what
here
people-
first
That's what
on
people
the
say.
Bar Banter
So,
That's
yeah.
never been said before in the history of lawyers.
That is definitely far and away my top pick. I've got some runner-ups for later, but that's my top pick.
Yeah, he's really. I know I've seen the movie. I had to go back and like just watch clips, and he really is that like conniving, tempting,
Influential.
and yeah, and that checks all the boxes of like short of having horns and a tail and being red, like he does check all the boxes in that movie.
Mm.
So that's a good
Yeah.
pick.
Yep.
So Satan from South Park sounds like a good runner-up for
It
Travis.
does. It does. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. So but what do you know who the voice actor is?
I think it's it might be Trey Parker. I'm not sure.
Let's look it up.
Yeah,
We got-
Trey Parker. But that's not my pick.
Oh,
It's just funny that you mentioned that.
Do it for me, Rick.
So the problem is Ben took my pick.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
that's
damn.
okay.
So
Okay.
just to contribute new options, knowing I'm gonna jump ship to Al Pacino.
Wait, don't take mine. Don't take mine.
Do
So I think I'm gonna leave who I think Drew's is, but I'm gonna leave him for my honorable mention.
You know,
But
who it is.
Elizabeth
Probably-
Hurley in Bedazzled
Yeah, and Bedazzled
Yeah.
is a great
so sexy.
runner up, I think. And then Drew, it's suspense killing me. I hope we're on the
Yeah.
same wavelength here.
Drew, I think yours is the same as my backup too.
Yeah,
go
probably.
ahead, Drew. Who are you gonna pick?
Speaking of Keanu,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Peter Stormare,
Yes.
Peter
Great pick.
Stormare.
as the
3
devil
minutes
in
and fucking-
Constantine.
Yes.
And like I've rewatched that. I've seen that movie
Oh.
over 30 times at this point.
God, he's so good there.
He only needed
so
3 minutes
good.
to be amazing. Yeah.
Only needed 3 minutes, and like him against Keanu as Constantine and Tilda Swinton as Gabriel,
So good.
and just that entire scene where he like reaches up and like takes his lungs out, and and the scene where like he's cut his wrists and is like trying to give him a cigarette, and he's like, it can be really hard with the cutting the tendons. Holy fuck, he just in 3 minutes does more work as the devil and like stopping the powers that he has. Phenomenal job. So he's my pick as best devil, especially in the short amount of time, and like ripping her wings out and sending her back to hell. Oh, just so good.
You know, Rick, you'll appreciate this. I look at Peter Stormare as kind of on that same level of Ian McShane, like that amazing B plus 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 A minus, like not quite an A-lister, but like the one of those best supporting roles like of all time in pretty much anything he does.
That's fair. I want an Ian McShane show. Like I will watch that man anywhere.
Yeah.
Drew, I love it.
I don't dislike the pick. I guess it's just not as I don't want to say stereotypical that I'm looking for in a devil figure. Like he plays a really creepy person for sure, and like the acting is awesome. I'm not taking away from that, but like if I'm thinking of who played the devil the best, it's usually going to be, to me, it would be someone who is overestimating a human in their capabilities and is barely.
What does that even mean? Overestimating a human in their capabilities.
You're
Just
are you going to go funny on this? You're going to go funny on this.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's funny.
He's gonna go Tenacious D.
I was
Pick of
going to go
Destiny.
Tenacious D. And,
Yeah,
and
with Dave Grohl. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were
yeah.
going to go Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl, I think, plays one of the best devil characters because I think the devil normally is, again, big into temptation with the power of the pick, and then vastly underestimates his opponents with a challenge, even though he's far superior in his rock abilities, gets beaten by mere mortals. And that's very, very, like, I guess stereotypical of a devil character. So we've got Al Pacino, Liz Hurley, Peter Stormare and David Grohl.
Don't even add Liz Hurley.
I mean, she was on my list, so I think she was
At
on
the
everyone's
time,
list.
she was pretty fucking sexy.
Although I will say, if that was actually your pick, I would have said something like she just seems like a literal genie versus a devil,
correct.
almost. But I think
Well, yeah, because
everyone liked her. Everyone liked her performance.
yeah, it's fine. We can stop talking about her. Because I'm going Al Pacino one for
Okay.
myself. As much as I love the Peter pick, Drew, he portrays it well. I think just Al Pacino, and maybe it's a default to being more in the story, which to Drew's argument, he does really well with a short scene to fulfill what I think of a devil in a movie. But Al Pacino and Devil's Advocate was great.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm here for it.
I will say Peter Stormare is supposed to have a larger role in Constantine 2, and which comes out in like 2 years.
Very cool.
Yeah. But still, Al Pacino is still my number one pick. So
Fair enough. I'd get a beer with Al Pacino
where?
in his house.
With a mouse?
Anywhere.
Actually, it really would be good.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
I'd give honorable mention to Viggo Mortensen.
I did not like that performance.
In The Prophecy, I fucking love it.
It was too like he was like a lizard. It was weird. I didn't like it.
He was alien,
but
like not of this earth, but also like still temptation and very close to like kind of biblical devil, like temptation of the wilderness type of thing. I thought he did a phenomenal job.
Didn't love it. I'm not
saying
saying
to pick Jack Nicholson.
From what?
He was the devil in The Witches of Eastwick with like back in the 80s with Cher and Susan Sarandon and Michelle Pfeiffer. It came out around the time we were all born, but
I don't.
So maybe we all missed it. But yeah. I watched it. I haven't seen it in 25 years, but
I did almost go Meryl Streep. But I don't.
I would have argued it.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Gentlemen, our last topic this evening is ranking the best places to drink. I think I have 16.
Hell yeah, brother.
Maybe
nice.
20 different places that we could drink.
Proud of you.
And we're going to rank them S, A, B, C, or F. S
so they can't all be S's, right?
No, they're not all S's. I know that for a fact.
I mean, they could.
No, they're not.
I mean,
they're not.
Depending on who you're talking to.
They're not. I would anticipate, unlike the last one, it was guilty pleasure snacks, which you guys almost killed me over. This will have some more A and B's, maybe some C. I think I picked some more middle to upper versus.
There will be no F's.
There might be an F.
There might be an F.
There might be an F.
Challenge.
Anyway, our first place to drink.
I like where your head's at and why you say that, Ben, but there may be.
This is the rooftop bar.
A, because in the evening, well, if there's live music, there's so many.
I'm going to disappoint
here.
A lot of people with my takes. I want to throw it out here in advance because to me, the best places are not where I expect beer. So if I go to a place expecting to drink, it can't be an S or an A to me. So to me, like the rooftop is a B plus A minus because I get the vibe. I like it a lot, but like you're going to a rooftop to drink. So
but you're going explicitly
it's the vibe
for beer.
And I get it, Ben.
No,
I trust me. I get it. If I'm expecting to drink, yes, the rooftop place is at the top for me.
So you want to be wowed, basically, like that kind of like
maybe like for example, And this is not the best place, I don't think, but like the driveway. Like when I'm in the driveway, I don't expect a beer. It's like I just finished mowing the lawn, I get a beer, or like the neighbor comes over with a beer kind of thing. Like that's where I go.
Yours is more situational versus location.
Yes.
I went
yes.
more location.
Okay. If
Rick,
that's
are
the
you?
location. All right.
But I
Rick, are
appreciate
you-
your tech. Rick, you're like kind of like what you're feeling inside. Like, when is that drink the most fulfilling
Yes.
to you?
Like when does it hit the
Yes.
best? That's what
I
I
got
thought.
you. Okay.
Because if we're going just places in general, I would argue S for the rooftop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just need, if that's the route we're about to take, it changes my vote.
Yeah, I think this is more location with feeling versus
Okay.
feeling with location.
Got it. Then
Yeah.
I would change my vote to S then.
I'm more of an A. I don't dislike rooftop bars, but like
I mean, I
Uh,
love rooftop bars. I'm good with an S, but I figured A made more
I just think
I'm
they're
okay to
too-
start with A if we're doing the classic at the end, you get a bump. I'm
Change
okay
I
to
think
put
they're
it.
too weather dependent to be
And that's
S.
fair.
Yeah.
Good call.
If it's raining,
That's
hot,
fair.
or cold,
But
I
as
don't
we
always want to
have
be out there.
as we have in the past, we are assuming best case scenario.
So, okay, Rick, to take your point, like the driveway after you mow the lawn, like let's say it starts pouring down rain, like sitting in the garage in
Yeah,
a huge rainstorm and having
Yeah.
a beer,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
that's fucking awesome. But sitting on a rooftop bar in a huge rainstorm having a beer, that fucking sucks. So,
but again,
Depends on the
typically the way we
rooftop
go is the best version of it. It's
Yeah.
not the average.
yeah.
That's the way
I
we've
don't-
gone.
I don't necessarily agree. I think it's kind of the aggregate of like.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with leaving it an A. I'm not trying to
Yeah,
argue.
I don't think
Yeah.
anyone,
and-
no one
I think it's
dislikes
best
a rooftop
and
bar.
worst scenario.
You know, I
Okay.
appreciate
Don't
how
dislike- I
complicated
actually-
we're making this. This is
Yep.
I'm for it. I like it. Yeah.
I honestly would put rooftop bar at a B
Ooh.
Yeah.
because they are generally a hot spot that attract customers that I don't necessarily like want to be around.
Yeah, but
they may have good cocktails because I specifically on a rooftop bar I'm looking for like a good cocktail place. I'm not going for a beer or wine or something like that.
okay, interesting. Because in my mind, all rooftop bars that I have most often frequent are hotel bars.
Yeah.
Thus, meaning I know I'm not getting a good cocktail. I'm overpaying because it's a
Yep.
hotel. It's probably a
Oh,
beer.
see, I'm the exact opposite of like in my mind
learning so
hotel
much.
bars.
I hate hotel bars. Like I'll go
I-
because I think they're usually the best spots, but in terms of like what I'm gonna experience and pay for, I think it's like
If I'm
Applebee's.
if I'm staying there, I'm expecting like a whiskey ginger, like
yeah, but not a good one.
for a
Have you had a bad whiskey? ginger?
medium level. But if I'm going to a like boutique place where
Okay.
this is their hotel rooftop bar is a spot
Sure.
that
Hmm.
should be experienced, I'm expecting good cocktails. Service
Interesting.
not so much.
Okay.
And honestly, I agree with Rick on this. Like for me, rooftop bars, it's about the view, it's about being out in the open air in the sun, and honestly, it's about kind of the the live music and
that's-
which usually comes with it.
Yeah, I'm
Interesting
not,
because
That's what I'm expecting on a rooftop bar. I'm not expecting
I'm not
amazing.
expecting a
If
good
I want
drink.
amazing cocktails, I'm not going to a rooftop. Like
Right.
I'm never going to expect that at a rooftop.
They
Unfortunately,
may
I don't-
have a roof.
They might have. I'm not
but
saying they
you're not
don't. Yeah.
Going right.
Yeah.
I feel like it depends for me because I have been to some amazing rooftop bars where they're very cocktail centric. That's what
Okay.
they're trying to do. Obviously, they attract just a rowdy crowd, and
Well, and that's I think the problem.
they're slinging RTDs
So I think
and like 1-on-1s, but
that's fair.
there are places if I'm going for an above average experience, there are places I like to go that are rooftop bars that I want to experience what they have on their cocktail menu.
So I think A is a good start, and
Yeah.
then we can always do the plus minus at the end. But unknowing what's coming, unless you feel strongly, I think A is a good.
I think so too.
Because
Yeah.
essentially,
I
I would
think
go S. You would
We
go
all
B.
have
Travis
we all
and Ben
have
would go
A's.
A's.
We all have A's that are rooftop bars.
I
Okay.
think A is good because there is that other part of like the atmosphere.
Right.
So
Get to see the city.
Maybe.
Maybe. Anyway, our next location. This is the hotel bar.
See, I maybe a hot take. I'm going C at a hotel bar.
Ooh.
And the reason why is similar to what I just said. If I'm going to the hotel bar, I am not like it's a happy accident if it turns out to be a really good drink. Like I'm not expecting a great cocktail. I'm not necessarily expecting a bad cocktail, but to me, the equivalent of a hotel bar is what I can produce at home.
But are you so when I think of hotel
It's
bar,
convenience.
it's and that's one of the reasons why I'm not saying this is S by any means. Maybe B or A, but like I'm looking for convenience and I'm looking for that random conversation because I
Okay,
don't
so you're talking about more the experience that comes with it. Not
correct.
necessarily.
Not
Okay.
and I think usually the drinks are average. I think is a good
at
thing.
best.
Average.
If
They're
if
not
you're
gonna the drink's not gonna wow me. I'm gonna get probably something from the tap. Like
if you're taking the experience into it as well, I'm willing to go B. But
I think
if we're talking,
I'm okay with B for sure.
I honestly, Rick, I'm good with C. So for me, hotel
oh, hell
bars,
yeah, then I'm willing to stay there.
it's all about like the only great experience I've had at hotel bars is if I'm at a hotel with like a big group or something. But
Yeah, right.
if I go down to a hotel bar and I'm not with a group or a conference or something, it's lame. It's boring. There's nothing going on. There's no excitement, and the drinks are fair. Like it's a
Because you're
C.
only
It's a
going
C
for the
me.
convenience.
Yeah,
Right.
you're
Like if you
only
had a
going
more
nothing
convenient
else.
option or equal, you wouldn't go there in the first place. You go.
Yeah,
somewhere.
if there's an amazing
It
bar
also depends on
across the
the
street
hotel.
yeah,
Also, yeah, that too. Sure.
If you're going to a
True.
fancier hotel,
No, sure.
you're
It's
gonna
still
get
a C
like
for me though.
Yeah. No,
No,
then if you're willing to go C, I'll stay C.
I'd be a little disappointed to see, but not mad at C. I'm probably more B.
I think Travis, I'm on the B route with you. For me, the defining factor is if I'm at a hotel bar, it's because I'm there to get drunk.
Sure.
I have a place to stay.
I'm not there for the experience.
It's very
My
convenient.
hotel room. I don't go to hotel bars unless I'm staying at the hotel.
Correct.
Yeah. But for me, a bad hotel bar, I'm gonna go across the street to the liquor store, buy
And
me
get
my
your
own
own
shit,
shit.
and go
Yeah.
lay naked in my giant king size bed and watch a movie and drink myself to sleep.
But it feels like a rite of
Painting a picture.
rite of passage almost to sit there and have a drink at the hotel bar. Obviously, like the bartender doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
But that makes it good though.
Yeah, exactly.
One drink for a bill of
I
$19.50.
don't want to talk to. Yeah, you can charge it to my room. The experience for that
is
a little bit higher up there for me. Even though it's a bad experience, it's still an experience.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, if you go in knowing the bar's low, it's okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at with this whole process is like it's not necessarily the best experience, but what is the experience I want from the location I'm in?
Mm-hmm.
And that can make all the difference for me.
I'm okay with putting it at C for right now. Again, we're just starting off. Unless Danny, do you want a tie break?
You got a lot of hotel bars under your belt.
Danny's
Danny.
been to a lot of hotel
Great
bars.
tiebreaker for you.
I was gonna say.
All right, what am I tie breaking?
Best places to drink. Where do you rank hotel bars? S, A, B, C, or F? Like, do you enjoy going to a hotel bar?
I greatly enjoy on a level of convenience factor. So based off of I always choose convenience over quality generally because I'm lazy. So I would say that it would be more, but I would put that as a B.
Okay, I think
Alright,
that's
so-
reasonable.
I'm
Yeah,
okay
it
with
could
I think
be.
I think B is reasonable.
Yeah,
He's reasonable.
When I said it earlier, I was like, I might be an A or a B. I was like, I'm probably closer to a B. So
And we all get one shift at the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this may or may not be a shift. Okay.
all right. Our next place to drink is going to be the beach itself.
Oh, fuck you.
So
it's
the
it's
sand.
An S. An S. It has to be an S.
Yeah, I'm going to S based on what I was talking about earlier. I mean, although when you go to the beach, depending on who you're with, you may expect to drink, but it's not give me S for
I don't know if
beach
I
as
could
well.
go to the beach without a drink.
'Cause
I
I'm
wouldn't-
s-
I
I
couldn't
wouldn't know
either.
what to do.
Right.
I'm straight F. Like, no.
Yeah, but you don't like the beach.
I know.
But that's
Why it's a bad
But-
place to drink.
But Travis, think about it in this respect. The reason, like you're at the beach no matter what.
Yeah, it
You are-
enhances
you are-
your
you
beach
are
No,
at
experience.
no,
the
no.
beach.
I'm the opposite. When I drink and I'm hot, I feel worse.
Oh.
I
Oh,
don't.
that's
I
terrible
go
for you.
down. If I'm drinking and I'm hot and I'm sweaty and I just feel bad. I don't feel good anymore, and I just stop drinking. So I might have like one.
I would
Maybe
wager
on
to
the
say you're drinking at the beach incorrectly, and we needed.
I'm talking the
Yes, we
sand
need to talk about this.
specifically. Sand specifically.
Quit
So-
drinking IPAs at the beach.
Travis, you were at the beach no matter what. You've got to be there.
I'd rather be sober.
I don't believe that for
I'm
a
not even
minute.
talking about drunk, but
I'd rather not have a
to
drink.
pass the
I
time.
don't believe that for a minute.
To have a good time.
I'd
at the
rather
beach,
not drink.
a Corona with
Nope.
lime.
Nope.
A
Yeah, I don't believe
margarita.
Travis for a minute.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't.
Nope.
All right.
You would rather
All right.
not drink.
S
I'd
tier.
ra-
S
You
tier for
got
me.
3 S's and an F. It has
Because
to be
I'd
at least
rather-
an A.
I'm okay with putting it at A, but like
No, I think we overruled Travis and we go to S.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? Actually, yeah, but no law.
I have
battles.
an
It's three-
F.
three against one.
I have an F. I
We
don't
have-
want alcohol.
There's no
on
law
the beach.
Travis
beverages.
is being problematic on purpose.
Yeah, Travis is.
We are
yeah,
I hate-
75%.
I don't think you understand my like,
disregard.
loathing for the beach. I
We
do not
do.
like it.
But I
Because I
will
don't-
say in the future, if I ever see you drink at the beach again, I'm going to have words to say and be like, wait a minute,
Yep.
you said you would prefer to be sober. So you put that away.
Yeah,
I think
because that
the
would get me
time-
off the beach faster if I didn't have a drink.
I know,
I
but
think
I'm
the
just
time when I realized where I could go to the beach and actually drink at the same time was a like an epiphany for me of just being like I can be there, I can enjoy this, I can be in the sun, I can go in the water, I can come back
Whoa,
and
Drew,
there's a
we
fucking beer waiting for
know, Drew,
me
you can't be in the sun. We know that.
with a lot of sunscreen and
I may be jumping ahead,
Me
but
and-
if the shower is not an option at all during this, I'm going to be upset.
We're gonna have a problem.
Our next place to drink. I think this is supposed to be.
A tiki bar?
I think this is supposed to be the beach bar, like the actual bar next to the beach at a resort.
How's that?
Because one's in the sand. I made that.
I'm not
specific.
talking about
Yeah,
the
I
beach.
get
I'm
it.
saying, how's that? All right.
One's like I have chair set up on the beach with a cooler. The other one's like at a bar, like beach adjacent.
To me, this is a B. It's the same thing as a hotel bar.
Oh, see, this is an A for me. Like this is where I
It's-
would
it's
be.
it's just above the hotel for me, like because the
It's
hotel
a-
belongs at C.
Oh, I know, but I
So,
would
yeah.
have put I would put the
Yeah,
hotel at
yeah.
C.
it's a
us making this a
C
B.
for me.
Okay.
No, well, I think it's a B. Only
It-
because generally those places the prices are jacked.
Exactly.
True.
That's the reason for me is the prices are
But I'm gonna overpay
way
to
the
not.
fuck up.
I'm
But that's
gonna
what-
overpay to
I'm-
not be in the sand.
That's where the
But I'm
convenience.
gonna
factor comes
underpay
in.
to make
But
my
you're
own
still
drink
in
and
the
take them
sand.
to the
It is
beach.
a
Barely.
beach adjacent bar.
It's like there's a little
Travis,
extra
if
sand
you were
on
on the
floor.
coast and you're in any way, shape, or form adjacent to the beach, staying there in a hotel, an Airbnb, whatever, there's sand. You're
Thank you.
not going to get away from it.
I know that, but like
'Cause this
You
one
need
is
to
if I
almost.
don't have
accept
to, if I don't have to put my feet directly in the sand, I'm okay.
But this one's
Ugh.
almost worse to me for that reason because like I'm still getting the sand effect without the experience. Like
yeah, but at least I'm
Right.
covered. At
what
least
Drew
there
is
might be a
saying, like you're close
fan.
enough, you're gonna get the mild uncomfortableness, but not getting
Yeah.
the
You might as well be uncomfortable on the beach
No, I
drinking
don't want to be
than
uncomfortable.
not on
How
the
is it
beach,
uncomfortable?
but mildly uncomfortable.
all right, let's go to the next one.
I can't do it. I don't like the beach. This one is your front porch.
S.
Yeah,
S
that's
tier.
S tier. I think this is S tier. This is our
it's not an S for me. It's more like a B, so I'd be cool with an A. Because I do love it. The problem with that is honestly sometimes it warrants like conversations I don't want to have, people walking by, like
You have a tiny-ish. Could we amend it,
To back
Travis?
porch?
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know
ooh,
what
So
you
just
have
the
in
porch,
the,
back porch is
patio?
in the
totally
barrel, but
different.
just like
patio.
No,
outside,
S tier
like
for back
porch.
porch would be different.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
I
do
don't know if
patio.
that's a future option, but if it's back
I
porch,
don't think there is.
If
I
it's
mean S
if it's
plus.
porch,
Sure.
Porch.
just say porch.
Porch.
Like outside
S
of your
tier.
house.
S
But
tier.
like
On-
under your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
it is part of your house, but you're not necessarily on the
Because
on the
like
front
what we were saying earlier, like to me, this is gives similar like garage vibes.
garage. Yes.
Yes.
But
And I
Garage
think
is different.
Ben, you
it
said
is different. But
Driveway.
Ben,
But,
I
like-
think you said like during a rainstorm or something.
Right.
The
I
Yeah,
love
whatever
garage
you
is
were saying
fucking
earlier.
awesome.
I
Yeah,
love to go
right.
on my patio during a rainstorm and drink.
Yeah.
Like that's my
And,
Right,
and
right,
my
right.
well, but you also have an area that's screened in. So like, but like our back porch,
I'll
that's
go out
like
front.
our favorite place to drink is our back porch.
100%.
But our front porch, we don't ever go on it ever.
Yeah, and that's
Like,
fine. I
Yeah.
porch,
So
I think is a good
porch.
Travis here. This is going to be a longer episode than I imagined, and I can't really cut a lot of it out. So we're going to stop here and pick it up next week. You'll hear the final best places to drink ranking next week. You're going to have to wait, and I'm sorry. I'm not, but I am sorry. Anyway, be sure to check us out on the social medias at @the_bar banter. We're also on Blue Sky. Just search for the Bar Banter podcast. I'm sure you'll find us. New episodes every Wednesday. There's a link in the description where you can support the podcast. And finally, just remember, this is our podcast, and you're just along for the ride.